Hey y'all, hope everybody's doing well. I just wanted to make a quick video and share something with you that God has had in my spirit for the past few days. I wasn't going to share it initially, but it's been pressing in my spirit and it delivered me. So I figured it would help somebody else, especially before we go into this new year. So let me just go ahead and dive right into it. So I've had an issue for the past few months actually. My gums have been inflamed, right? Knew it was an issue. Had coverage, just didn't go. And I haven't been in about a year since we moved from Texas to Florida. I have not gone to the dentist. Don't judge me, because some of y'all ain't been in years, okay? Years. I went to the dentist in Texas on a normal basis and loved my hygienist there. So part of me not going since I've been here was because I really just wanted to go back to my dentist there. The other part was just because I didn't want to take the time out to find another dentist here, set an appointment and go. Needless to say, I'm suffering now because of my laziness, stubbornness, whatever you want to call it, right? So God just spoke to me with that situation the other day, just as clear as day. And this is what he said. And like I said, it delivered me. So I'm hoping it delivers somebody else. But God said, how many of us have the coverage we need to get the services we need or to go and do the things that we need to do, but we don't use it? I'm going somewhere with this. Let me go a little deeper. He said, have I not given you the grace to go and do and be and say and whatever it is? Have I not given you the grace to go and do these things, to open up this ministry, to start this business, to do whatever it is God has put on your heart to do, ideas, all of these things that, we sit back on? God says, have I not given you the grace? And the reason we don't move sometimes is because either we have the fears, we have a lack of faith, or we just outright disobedient, or we just lazy, don't want to do these things. So God said to me, he said, Takondra, what sense does it make to have this coverage if you're not going to use it? What sense does it make to receive God's gift of grace if you're not going to use it to not only benefit yourself, but to benefit others? To benefit others. I'm reminded of Moses and how God called Moses to go and set his people free, right? But Moses had an excuse. Moses had excuses. Moses said, you know what, God, I have a speech impediment. I stutter. And you want me to go and talk to Pharaoh? And you want me to tell Pharaoh to set your people free? And you think he gonna listen to me, the guy with the speech impediment? So Moses was focused on his inadequacy instead of remembering that the one who called him to go and do what he was supposed to do was giving him the grace to do it. He was graced to do what God was calling him to do, but he had excuses. So God said, you know what? This is how awesome and how abundant God's grace and mercy is. Instead of kicking Moses to the curb and using his cousin Aaron to do it, because Aaron was fluent. Aaron was a prolific speaker, right? God said, you know what? I'll just have Aaron help you. We'll use him as your mouthpiece, but I still want to use you to do what I want to do on earth, and as it related to setting the children of Israel free. So what is God saying to me? What is God saying to us is, remember that his grace is sufficient. His grace is all you need. It's more than enough to allow you and enable you to do whatever it is that God is calling you to do. Don't sit on it. Don't hinder making moves in your life because you don't feel like you're good enough. You don't feel like you'll be successful. God's grace is sufficient. God's grace is sufficient. Don't wait. Don't wait until you start suffering. Don't wait until it hurts for you to say, okay, you know what, Lord, forgive me. Forgive me. Let me go. Let me step out. Let me go and use this coverage. Now that I realize I've had it all along. Don't wait until you have to suffer, until you get to that point where you have to suffer to realize that you have God's coverage. You do. We pay for this coverage faithfully every month for me to go and get my teeth cleaned. Faithfully. And all it took for me to receive God's grace was my faith. I ain't have to pay no money for his grace. You ain't have to pay no money for his grace. That's not an excuse. It was free. All it cost us was our faith. Yet, we have this coverage and we don't use it. How many of you can relate? How many of you can relate? Come on. I know I ain't the only one. I ain't the only one. So that's why I know this message isn't just for me, but it's for some of you. And like I said, I pray that it delivers you. It opens up your mind to some things, because that's exactly what it's done to me. So again, remember that you are covered. You have full coverage. You have full coverage. Don't sit back and wait till you have to suffer to do the things God has called you to do. You know, a lot of stuff can be prevented. Had I took my behind to the dentist months ago, I would have avoided my gums being inflamed to the point of where, okay, now I'm having to goggle peroxide and do all this preventative care that I could have easily had taken care of because I was covered months ago. I'm still covered. So guess what Condra gonna do? Condra is going to get her butt on the phone. I'm gonna make a phone call. Somebody got a recommendation for a good dentist in the Brandon, Tampa area? Please hit me up in my inbox. Let me know. I'm going to use the coverage that I have. Not only in the natural, but in the spiritual. I'm going to use the grace that God has given me to go and do what he's called me to do, to go and be who he's called me to be. I hope you do the same. God bless you. Hope this message blesses somebody. Love you all. Have a happy holidays. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that good stuff in the event that I don't see or speak with you all, okay? Be blessed.